Hello students, I hope you all are fine. As you know very well, we are doing chapter first of 10th class, that is chemical reactions and equations. Students, first of all, we will take a quick revision and then we will keep continue this chapter. Okay, so we have done in these 2 days. First of all, we will take a quick revision for that. Students, chemical reaction. What do you mean by the chemical reaction? It is a process in which one or more substances are formed as new substance. Means when two or more substances combine with each other, okay, and they give just some new substances, that process is known as the chemical reaction. And it cannot be reversed by physical methods. Students, if a chemical process takes place, during a chemical process, chemical changes take place, okay, and this process cannot be reversed by doing some physical change only. Then chemical reaction involves change in state, change in color, change in temperature, and evolution of gas. All these we have covered in previous video. Student, this one. Here we are having lead nitrate. Lead nitrate we are having here. Lead nitrate. Students, when lead nitrate is heated, then it converts into the, after heating, it gives us lead oxide, PbO, plus some gases like NO2. These brown fumes are due to the formation of NO2. Okay, students. So here evolution of gas take place. You can write this example in evolution of gas. Which one gas? NO2. H evolving here. Okay. Then students, here combustion means CXHY, like you can take CH4, methane. This is methane. Any alkane you can take, like ethane, like propane, like butane, any alkane you can take. Students, when combustion, what do you mean by combustion? Burn in presence of oxygen. Burn in presence of oxygen. Okay. If you burn methane in presence of the oxygen, then what will happen, students? Then it will produce CO2. This is C, carbon. Okay. Oxygen, CO2 will produce. Plus formation of water molecule, H2O take place. Plus students, when you burn methane in presence of oxygen, some amount of heat is also produced. Okay. So here change in temperature will take place. This is exothermic reaction because heat is releasing here. So it is exothermic process. Okay. So we can take this example in change in temperature. Change in temperature. Okay. Here we have done about combustion. Combustion means burn in presence of oxygen and it will produce heat. Okay, students. So we can take this example in change in temperature. Next one. Here you can see. Here in this test tube, we are having lead nitrate. Further, PbNO3 twice. Lead nitrate. This is. And this is solution of potassium iodide. Potassium iodide. Student, you can see here. This solution and this solution. Both are transparent. Both are transparent. I hope it is visible to you. Students, both are transparent. Okay. But when we mix both of them, then students, after mixing, we get this. This is we get. Here you can see we are getting yellow solution. We are getting yellow solution. Means during a chemical reaction, color can also be changed. Color can also be changed. Okay. Then students, color can also be changed during a chemical reaction. Okay. Here you can see. Students, here when zinc metal, we are having zinc metal here. When zinc metal, these are the zinc granules. Granules mean pieces. Are dipped in liquid HCl. Here we are having zinc metal plus liquid HCl. Clear? What will happen here? Blue flame production take place. Why did? Because formation of ZnCl2 plus formation of evolution of gas take place. Hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas formation take place here. Okay, and it produce some heat also, students. So we can take this example in change in temperature as well as in evolution of the gas. In evolution of the gas. Then student, you can see here also. Here we are having NaCl plus AgNO3. Then formation of PPT. You can see this. Formation of PPT take place. Precipitation formation take place. Okay. So during the reaction, change in temperature, change in color, change in state, evolution of gas, formation of precipitate. This type of changes can take place during a chemical reaction. Okay, students? We have already done all these points. Then, chemical reactions, a number of chemical reactions happen in our daily life, like digestion of food is also a chemical process. Okay, students? Respiration is also rusting of iron, formation of card, burning of wood, burning of fuel. All these are the examples. A number of examples are there in our surrounding. Okay, in which chemical processes happen and chemical reactions take place. So all these are the examples of the chemical reactions. Then students, the substance which take part in a chemical reaction are called the reactants. The substance which take part in a chemical reaction are known as the reactants, and the substance which are formed during chemical reaction are called as the products. For example, students, when we take magnesium Mg, when it burn in air, means burn in air, then student it gives us magnesium oxide. Here magnesium and oxygen, they are reacting with each other. So these are the reactants. These are the reactants. Okay. And which new substance we are getting? Magnesium oxide. So that new substance which we are getting during the chemical reactions is known as the products. So reactant we always write in left hand side of the arrow, and product we write in right hand side of the arrow. And if there are two or more reactants or products, then we separate them by plus sign. And we separate reactants and product by arrow. Okay. Then students, a chemical reaction can be represented by a chemical equation. We can represent the chemical reaction by the chemical equation also. Okay. It involves use of symbol of substance of reactants and product of their physical state, means in which we will write all the reactants and products in their physical states also we can also mention. For example, here magnesium, which in which state it exists? In solid state. So it is in solid state. Solid. This S is showing the physical state of this magnesium. Plus oxygen. What is the physical state of oxygen? Gaseous state. So this G is showing physical state of the oxygen. And after reaction we get magnesium oxide. This magnesium oxide is solid. So student, you can mention physical states of the reactants and products also, and we can write the chemical process in equation form. In equation form by writing symbol, like symbol of magnesium is Mg, and symbol for oxygen gas, this is the formula of oxygen gas O2, and formula of magnesium oxide is MgO. If we write the chemical process in their symbolic form, okay, in form of formulas, symbols, then it is known as the chemical equation. It is known as symbolic chemical equation. And students, we can mention physical states also. For mentioning the physical states of the matter, for solid, we can write S. Okay, small s we can write. For liquid, small l. For gas, small gas. And small g. And for aqueous we can write AQ. Okay, aqueous means solution in water. Solution in water. Aqueous solution, it is the solution in which water is a solvent. In which water is solvent. Okay. Then students, we need to balance a chemical equation. We need to balance a chemical equation. First question is that in our mind, why do we need to balance a chemical equation? Why do we need? Okay, so let's see about that. Due to law of conservation of mass. Because conservation of mass states that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed during a chemical reaction, but it can be transformed from one form to another form. Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transformed from one form to another form. So due to law of conservation of mass, we need to balance the chemical equation. Students, in other words, we can say that according to law of conservation of mass, total mass of universe is conserved. It is constant. It is constant because it is transforming from one form to another form only. Okay, we are not going to create that. We are not going to destroy that. Total mass is constant. Total mass is constant. Okay, students. So in a chemical reaction, we need to balance a chemical equation. And what is the balanced chemical equation? So number of elements involved in a chemical reaction should be same on reactant side and product side. So due to law of conservation of mass, number of the atoms, number of molecules or ions inside of the reactants and inside of the products should remain same, and the reaction in which number of the atoms, ions or molecules inside of reactants and inside of products are same, that chemical equation is known as the balanced chemical equation. First question, why do we need to balance chemical equation? Due to law of conservation of mass. Because law of conservation of mass states that total mass of universe is constant. It is conserved. It can neither be created nor be destroyed, but can be transformed from one form to another form only. Okay. Then students, what is balanced chemical equation? Because here we are studying chemistry. So in chemistry we deal with the equations only. So balanced chemical equation is that in which total number of atoms, ions or molecules inside of reactants as well as inside of products is same, is equal. Then this equation is known as the balanced chemical equation. Then students, how to balance a chemical equation? How can we balance? We will see about that. Like that. If we have a chemical equation, Fe plus H2O gives us Fe2O3H2. We need to balance this chemical equation. How can we do? First of all, students, you will write only symbols. You will write only symbols. Here, elements, you have iron, Fe. You have Fe. You have Fe, iron, hydrogen and oxygen. Now student, you will write number of the elements in reactant side and in product side. Here in LHS means in reactant sides. In reactant side we will write. Because in left hand side we are taking reactants. So iron here. This is the equation. Fe plus H2O, Fe2O3 plus H2. So students, you can see here one iron in reactant side, two hydrogens and one oxygen. Okay. You will write number of element in product side also. Then students, here iron 2, in product side oxygen 3 and hydrogen 2. Then students, you will see unbalanced, where maximum unbalancing is taking place. You will see about that. So here one iron, here two iron. Okay. Here two hydrogen. These are balanced. Here one oxygen, here three oxygen. Means here more unbalancing take place. So in product side there are three oxygen. But in reactant side, there is only one oxygen. There is only one. So students, how can you balance? We can multiply the compound in reactant side, multiply in the compound in reactant side which having oxygen by 3. So which one is having oxygen? This one. It is having oxygen here. Okay. So you can multiply this by 3. Completely you will not write in this way, students. You cannot write in this way. Because here you are changing complete formula. Property is also changed here. So you will multiply the complete formula by this. Then student, further you will see the total number of atoms. Now number of oxygens are 3 here, number of oxygen are 3. But hydrogen 3 to jam 6. In reactant side we are multiplying hydrogen also because it is a complete formula. Then students, in reactant side hydrogen are 6. But in product side there are only 2 hydrogen. So we need to multiply this one also by 3. Then student, we will see in product side where hydrogen is. So in product side this is hydrogen. Then we will multiply this one by 3. Now further you will see, now in both sides hydrogen 6 and 6, oxygen 3 and 3. But in reactant side we have only one iron element and in product side 2. So we can multiply this by 2. So in reactant side we will see the iron is here. So we will multiply this by 2. Now you can see students. Now you can see here we have this equation in this way. 2Fe plus 3H2O giving us Fe2O3 plus H2 plus 3H2. So now students, you can see here in reactant side 2 iron, product side also 2. Okay. In reactant side 3 2 ja 6 hydrogen. In reactant side, so in product side also 3 2 ja 6 hydrogen. Here you can see in reactant side 3 oxygen, in product side also 3 oxygen. So students, now it is balanced chemical equation. Now it is balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation. Okay, so in this way, first of all, you will write the element symbol. Okay, then student, you will write number of element in reactant side as well as in product side. Then you will balance by multiplying any numbers, okay, which you required for that. Then students, this is all about the balanced chemical equation. What is balanced chemical equation? In which total number of elements, atoms, ions or molecules in reactant side and product side remain same, are equal, we can say. And students, why do we need to balance a chemical equation? Due to law of conservation of mass. So today we have discussed about the balanced chemical equation, how to balance chemical equation and why do we need to balance a chemical equation. Okay, so students, I hope it is clear to you. So thank you, have a nice day.